time reflect. In a year, the year changes through this 4 seasons. All different, you see. Then narrow down, see now, day and night, you see. Daytime you can see everything so clear, precise. Nighttime is so dark, you cannot see. Big difference, you see. So like that, meditate, contemplate. This is how the impermanence is about. And you see, look at this. From morning, now is this time, it's like 11:30, you know, close to. That time's changing. Look at this. We just came in. There's no time passed. When we got here, it's like now, it's like a dream. Look at our mind, how much is changing. Our mind is changing constantly. So look at this. So then as mentioned, past, future, narrow down. Then what is in between? It's there. So meditate, please, there. So there's nothing to be attached to. There's no one to hate. Everyone's functioning that nature. Sometimes becomes our friend, sometimes becomes our enemy. Sometimes we fight, sometimes we share. Oh, just look at this. It's all just manifestation within in the delusion. Depend on the causes and conditions. So most important is look at the, as I mentioned, look at the mind, purify the mind. Because my mind, I have the total responsibility. I have total responsibility on my mind. And I have the complete opportunity on that. Responsibility, opportunity, and the possibilities. Should keep these 3 in the mind. Responsibility, opportunity, and possibilities. So what difficult it makes to practice is the habit. As I mentioned many times, our habit is very difficult to get rid of. Yes, nature is empty. But within that emptiness, the habit, the habit is so deeply rooted. Difficult to uproot that habit. That's why mindfulness is required. We have to have the mindfulness, you see, all the time. So these teachings in flux reflect on the impermanence, suffering of the sentient beings, and reflect to our practice of loving kindness. So when you say loving kindness for others, we need that condition, as other as a condition to develop our loving kindness. But the practitioner gets the complete benefit. Milarepa said, all our happiness, peace in our, all our happiness that we have is from others. Our practice of the altruistic thought for others is for our own happiness. So in the world, the social, so no. See, I cannot say I practice loving kindness on this chair. No? You put the piece of rock, say, I love you. No. I can't say the rock may have happiness, We need some sentient beings, animals, insects, human beings. So then, I practice more. So as soon as when I have that kind of a sincere desire, to have peace and happiness to others, that becomes a direct cause for my own peace and happiness. We don't know others will get or not, but definitely we get ourselves. So look at this, you see. That's why we said this the prayer in the beginning. May all Mother Sentient Beings, especially those enemies who hate me, it's like that, There are some individuals who hate you, very mean to you. In the past, still continues. But if we have some different perspective, that person is suffering. This person desire for peace and happiness. So I wish that person have all the happiness. See, at that moment, our anger is disappear. Our resentment is disappear. See, as soon as our anger, resentment is disappear from our own mind, that place has all the peace and happiness, you see. Have you heard of many say mind training? This we can say also is mind training as well. It's called mind training, it's called practice of loving kindness. So like these things, you meditate, you see, reflect. There are a lot of people who irritate you in your workplace, in your family, all this. But if you could maintain this real great peace in your life, It doesn't mean don't solve the problem. You can try to solve the problem whatever you can. But keeping this practice is always relevant. It's useful. Well, we're in the samsara. And it becomes also, like say, if you're interested to achieve enlightenment, this practice becomes a fundamental cause to cultivate bodhicitta. And to free from samsara. And this is the best practice. This is the best practice, you see, to create such a cause for peace. We just meditate on this. And it is direct cause, you see. Sometimes, I'm sure you have heard of, say, we will chant mantra, 100 million mantra for world peace. Have you heard of those things? So, the organizers, they fight each other, you know, how to do things, you know. So how you can expect, you know, really, you know. You are chanting mantra but thinking that person is making all this mistake, this person is making all this mistake. So mantra, moment. So you see, these are just gonna paradox. But these are the, if you know, real sincere mission, avoid the 10 non-virtues and implement the 10 virtues, and on the basis of that practice the loving kindness. That becomes the world peace. Because in the first place you get the peace, you see. You have the peace in your mind. See? When you know how to create peace in your mind, then you understand how to create peace in others, isn't it? See? So, aspirations for other peace is aspiration. Yeah. Peace for others is aspiration, and peace for one's is action. You see, so this also is a causality, you see, how we create the cause, see. When we know this way, you see, it's not just a Buddhist, but Buddha taught the wisdom to us. And then, you see, the Buddha's wisdom is not a Buddhism. Buddha's wisdom is a universal. See? We need this kind of method in our society to help others. But first we have to ourselves have to equip this understanding. See? And then we just reflect, and everyday basis we practice this. It's not just in the retreat you do, but in our daily life, in the society. Last time when we were discussing out there, when we had, we talked about this, prescription and proscription, isn't it? You see, said what Buddha prescribed is not as a Buddhism, but Buddha prescribed all the things that we should do. It's a guideline. On the basis of knowing the causality of the universe, these we have to adopt these things. When Buddha prescribed, said this is the cause of suffering, we should not engage. Not as a Buddhism is mentioned, but as a universal. To get this, we meditate. So that is not just only for monks and nuns, for everybody who desires for peace and happiness, and who desire to free from suffering. So then in that way, everything becomes opportunity. It's opportunity to develop our awareness. It helps to enhance our conviction. Oh, yes, it makes sense. And we follow joyfully, happily. So Dharma practice is a joyful practice, because we are creating cause for peace and happiness. We are practicing something to avoid all the cause of suffering. So it is a joyful path. See? When we know how to acknowledge this. And we do things all just joyfully and happily, appreciating. So that yeah. Any suggestions? Huh? Yes. Yeah, until we're free from suffering, suffering is there, Yes. Yeah.
Quick looking. Not just then you get by It is eternal and it will not. And the other thing, we have promoted the view of the victim. It said, I feel your covering, so I can support it. But if I don't, I can feel it. If I don't, I can go to get one.
Yeah, what do you say?
I don't go to happen by recognizing I am suffering a little bit and you're not suffering. I want it to be free. This is so fear. But I think the feeling is unwanted for the development. I think eventually the intention is just talking about unconditional. We've gone beyond on our feeling. And there's a greater wisdom in our staff. That don't ask me explain, but that's like I'm still working on it. But intellectually, I think you move beyond the feeling to something greater that doesn't depend on our feeling. Did that make sense? I think maybe we start with a scene. My that honey, that practice employees, everybody think of the mind. God always set up the night change.
She's like, yes, it is. It may downless sees this is that. This
And we just mark the love you touch. Oh, you think served by a plan? Oh, yeah, you feel like you look, but I'll help. At the more we let go of constant, it can be intimidating. With the real capacity, yes, prevent everything. And the liberty that you have.
fulfillment is called equanimity.
Yeah. And we're fulfilling equanimity. All that.
Don't fight to go either side. Don't be a D.
Well, I think high in the secret levels of equanimity and concentration certainly breaks that, but in the equanimity, you really say these people are going to get to passion and love, and these people. You know what I mean? So equanimity is, that doesn't mean that you don't feel it. Yeah, you need to be harsh. Yeah.
Yeah. This is very, very if you don't down with you with the full daily system that I thought
That's a broad thing. I love it inside the everything. So the guy can figure out that that's we should go. And so and the milk mistake wouldn't there all be young. Okay, now we're talking.
Oh, what? What are you talking about?
For me, I have my compassion. Yes, the man. It gets harder to leave there.
Yes. So that's why there's, if you read Jewel Ornament of Liberation in that book, see, there are 3 types of loving kindness and 3 types of compassion as well. Yeah, in that in the beginning of the, so there's 6 topics that you study. First he said, classification on division. And what means the loving kindness in your mind, the formation of the mind, your number, the object. See. So you see, first you say, when we cannot mix all those things, you see. It's very important to have the steps. First, loving kindness, you see. Look at all, as I mentioned, everyone desire for peace and happiness. So from that point of view, you just wish everyone have peace and happiness. See? Impartially, in your place, on your cushion, no one is around you. In that place, you just sit there. May everyone have peace and happiness. Just say that. Meditate on that. Because as I want peace and happiness, and everyone's that. There's no difference. Look at this. Meditate on this. See? In that, don't distinguish your enemy or friends or relatives or people don't know. No, you know, everybody desire for peace and happiness. From that point of view, you see. Just meditate on that. As here mentioned, all mother sensibilities, especially those enemies who hate me, they may have all peace and happiness. See. First of all, sometimes you feel, I can't do this, I can't wish there's people who's irritating me, I can't wish that person have all their peace and happiness, And you just meditate. What it cost you is cost nothing. Okay? It just costs your attachment, your ego. That's it. Other than that, you cost nothing. You see?
And the rest of it, because of that book on head physics activity.
Yeah. You see, Especially who irritates me may have all the peace and happiness to that person. Because that becomes a direct cause for yourself to experience peace and happiness. See? Because as I mentioned, it alleviates, takes away all your cause of suffering. So your own mental cause of suffering is takes away from that. So that's why we need a wisdom for that, you see. Release our ego, See, we have an ego, self-cherishing doesn't allow you to do that practice. So no, I cannot do that, because that person really gave me a hard time, irritates me all the time, I have no really ability to do that. Then you have to just, what it cost it, just to tell to yourself. It just cost your ego, your attachment. This need to be taken care of. See, that's what's called practice. Okay? Yeah, that's what's called practice. Otherwise, you chant mantra, you can chant millions. But this is more than just chanting mantras, more than saying some prayers, This is called action, see.
He did only say that all things are trying for happiness.
Yes. Yes, some are more successful, let's say.
I put myself in that category. So many things I thought I did for happiness.
Mm-hmm. Not so successful.
I didn't even know that I wasn't successful yet. I think I'm art. So if a person does if a person does a bad thing, like she's on the stage, that person might just like an ego space therapy. They don't take it hard. Oh, why did I just ego that chocolate ice cream? That part responds to comfort. That the person who does the bad thing on nobody else, but he thought that was going to make for top. So that was just an unacceptable excess.
Yeah.
So I think, and then when you're judging him, he says that's something us happy. It is not great and not, no, that I think it's helpful to him. I always remember, they're all trying to have everybody. What I'm saying. So,
My head been reversed.
So this is the first type of practice of loving kindness. Looking all the sentient beings, including yourself, we all want peace and happiness. So I wish everyone had peace and happiness. See, the first step, looking at the sentient beings. Now, second is look at the cause for peace and happiness. So as I mentioned, 10 virtues are the cause for peace and happiness. 10 non-virtues are for the cause of suffering. So that's why we are there saying, may all mother sentient beings have peace and happiness and free from the may all sentient beings have the happiness and causes of happiness. You see, the second one, causes of happiness, is 10 virtues. So may everyone have practice of 10 virtues. See, that's the second step. Look at the cause. Usually we don't look at the cause, you see. We just look at the result, what we want. I want to be happy, I fight for happiness, You kill that enemy for your happiness. So we're not looking for the cause for the happiness. Now here, cause for happiness is practice of 10 virtues. So may all have a wisdom to practice the 10 virtues. Just meditate on that. See. So I decide I don't need to repeat, isn't it? Okay, yeah.
I consider my wound and I'm not seeing anything bad anyone. And yet, my mind, my mental affliction or my I'm not like this will energy. And so many of us nowadays they're like and sitting in my room, you're not being anything bad to anyone, and yet you're just being tormented and easily. So you not listening that stuff of charity, you're seeing yourself as seeing them.
It depends on your content. Tormented by suffering or tormented by mental afflictions. If you're tormented by your mental afflictions, then you have to purify that mental afflictions. Just say, this is my mental affliction that I have. may have ability, power to purify all the mental afflictions that every sentient being has. See, it's a skillful way to purify your mental afflictions. Oh, it's such a skillful method, you see. Because my mental afflictions, I can see how much it torments my mind. It brings suffering in my mind. So this may become such a method to purify all the mental afflictions of the sentient beings, you see. So your mental affliction that you have, it becomes such a crucial method, no? You are not agreeing with your mental afflictions, you see. And you have a little power to how to handle that. So because of that, if you do this practice, it's very helpful. There's my mental afflictions are pure. May everybody purify from this mental affliction that I have. See? Then you have ability, you see, skill, ability to take advantage of your mental affliction. Yes and no, not nothing. There's nothing to offer. This all just vanishes into emptiness. Yeah, yeah. This is what this Tonglen is about. No.
I can forget
Yeah.
their suffering for
Yeah.
my anger.
Yeah. My anger be a powerful method to purify the angers of all sentient beings. Just meditate on that. Instead of you become a victim of your own anger, but you are taking advantage of your anger. Okay, there's a difference, you see.
Cái tinh thần sợ áp tách ít thì liệt vậy almost like the mark they all be they all be that on everything come out that they you can pay maybe and yet I kept them sit for this year and do they do but and stuck at me one day I said here I just get some people which I get the thing that oh
Yeah. You see? Yes.
then I feel then I got that
You see.
I just feel that it's a silence really up there. Yeah, like he just like mantra, just like saying like today, they have it just like they tell. Wow.
Yes. Yes, Karen, what do you have?
I feel there's no passion. They have a more kind of it from the help them it doesn't that
Yes. Mm-hmm.
yeah, he had that power with how far the opposite that he can yeah,
Then you can do whatever you can. Here we have the dedication prayers at page 35. There's by the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind, you see. May I be service of all sentient beings, whatever I can. Without expectation. See, without expectation for the reward. Yeah, don't expect to change. Yes, right. Yes. That's not your business. Yes, ego is so tricky, you know. Yes, oh, I did this, I did that, you know.
Consider that as your aspiration is for that day of the as that the fire that it's kind of the group that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really worry about how the pulling down. Yes. You know, that's a good today if you did a pop up and say, it's almost a feeling to stop if they put it everything to see. And which you're thinking that you have to suffer with them in order to have the capacity to be their suffering. And I think this is where you get it on the ceiling yourself. You can naturally leave their suffering without taking on their suffering and suffering too. Because two of us suffering isn't going to make us better.
Did I say that? There's a lot of spreaders who that pay there's a lot of different the crazy that but if it I the part that things that never part but the real picture and they step and they very big maybe that how do you find the next delay started
It's a, I think monk and it's also a neural sample. In kind of the science and the Buddhist philosophy.
Yes, yes. It's good discussions.
Yeah, thank you.
It's just that we need to expand the mind. Yeah. The ego will narrow your mind. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Ego is very useful. So I will benefit all sentient beings out of ego, you know. It's very, it's a, to say it is the one of these really family of the Buddha. Sanjay Kitung. Who speaks here? Anybody speaks Tibetan? Sanjay Kitung? Tung. Kao Tashim Kitung Tung. No. Tung. Kao Tashim Kitung Tung. Tung. Rik. C'est Maripane Tishinshikwa Tungins. So the Maripa ego is the because from the ego you can develop bodhicitta. If everything is empty, then what bodhicitta you can practice? Because we all sentient beings, I suffer, all suffer. Now I have ego, so I develop bodhicitta. to benefit all sentient beings. Yeah. Yes, and then yeah, you use everything.
In this scope, the cutter is a bit of that happen. Yeah, they got a good that cutter.
No, only like this. Ito lang ba current rumors?
Neuroscience.
Yeah, he. Yeah, hindi na tipo. Better the stuff because
Eh? Like to have a break for lunch? Okay, first maybe just relax. Be here now. Whatever we had some discussion this morning, just reflect on this. Whatever you got some benefits, so say, oh, it is helpful. If you find something, then you just bring into your mindfulness store. So I would utilize this. So we take a deep breath, inhale fully, exhale, refresh. And we appreciate having this opportunity to reflect on the wisdom of the Buddha, some simple points we share each other.